Hello everyone, welcome to FC Amakhosi channel. This is Saturn. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Welcome back to another episode. You know, sometimes when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, you don't know what to report and what not to report, because sometimes also the media is not helping. Sometimes they are pushing their own agendas, and sometimes they are true, but it's just that the news will come up, like the truth will come up like after some time, probably months or even a year or so. But yeah, currently what is happening with our team, there's been so many things that the team is, the management is talking about, the things that are saying, and the rumors coming in from their camp. First things first, let me cover what Mutaung said, Dr. Mutaung said about not being happy with the fans throwing missiles in the pitch. And this is something that also probably some of you might not be aware of. I don't like it, and I've been speaking up against it. But some of you think that when we say that management should change, it's because that we don't care or we don't see their efforts. I'm one person that will see and recognize and applaud the efforts when I see such. But at the moment, I'm like, the management can do better. And it looks like they're hearing us as fans also when it comes to the coaching part. Before I get into that, this is the report I want to read about Kaizer not being happy with the fans throwing missiles. He says something which is like, I'm like, I think like he should have probably chosen his words better. Oh, probably this is just a media like wanting to cause strife between us and the management. So this is what apparently Kaizer Mdaung said, Dr. Kaizer Mdaung said. We can't run Kaizer Chiefs like a spaza shop and compete with Mamelodi Sundowns in the transfer market. We have faced rumors lately of people accusing the club that we don't care about the fans, players and trophies. But where were these people in the 90s, early 2000s when Kaizer Chiefs was dominant force in Africa? Where were our accusers in 2015 when we last won the ABSA Premiership? Or when we won the ABSA Premiership in a row? Kaizer Chiefs is a club that cares about the fans, but like most struggling teams in the world, we are under the transition period, where we are currently not winning trophies thanks to Mamelodi Sundowns, because they can buy a player for 80 million. They are taking a jab to Mamelodi Sundowns, and yet play for 15 million in the league. Where is that money coming from? Just look at Kaizer Chiefs. Teams like Chelsea and Manchester United, they spent millions but didn't win much. We believe in building a team with determination, not just buying expensive players. Right now, some fans are throwing objects at us and criticizing us. This is not what true Kaizer Chiefs fans do, speaking to the World Score News. I hear where he's coming from, but also there are points that I don't agree with. It's like he's saying that if it's him who said this, it's like he's saying that if you're not happy in marriage, you can leave. Doesn't matter how you feel or what you feel as you are putting in the table and telling your spouse, your partner that, hey, I'm not happy with 1, 2, 3, they're like, but since when? Since when you haven't been happy? Because 1, 2, 3 I've been doing for the past years. I've been doing this when we were on our highs and you never complained, but all of a sudden you are complaining. Guys, this team, to me, I don't know, probably to you it doesn't feel like this, but to me it feels like we are in a marriage with this team. I can't just pack my bags and leave. I can't just pack my bags and leave because I'm not happy. I'm gonna voice out how I feel. Aren't we supposed to be here at how we feel? I'm not saying that now throw punches, throw missiles and objects at the players or on the pitch. I'm not saying that, but voice out verbally how you feel and don't insult. Like, let us engage academically, let us engage like in a matured manner. We are not happy with the fact that you started cutting costs by buying one and get one free. We are not happy with that. So should we be happy because we're winning Absa Premiership in a row, and then now you expect us to keep quiet because we are not happy with you cutting costs and hiring inexperienced coaches, and then you expect us to be happy and say that, oh, those days, you want us to live in the past. Basically, that's what you're saying. You want us to live in the past and say that, hey, we used to, guys, those were dinosaur years. I mean, it's about 9 years now. 9 years. A child who's 9 years is doing great. 1 or so, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, my boy is 2 years. Like, he's 2 years going to 3. 2 years going to 3, and he's starting to, like, make sense in what the things that he says. That child who's 9, like, that child, I mean, he can even has his own or develop his own character already, and you want us to keep quiet if we haven't won a single trophy. Not even these small trophies like your MTN, your NetBank. I'm not talking about the league, but these small cups, and you want us to keep quiet. Yes, we go through rebuilding, but also with that rebuilding, and you're saying that Manchester have spent so much money, and Chelsea, I'm going to speak about Manchester because you know I'm a Manchester. They've spent so much money, but they haven't received anything in return because the Glazers were greedy. Because the Glazers were greedy and were not doing proper scouting. And they were buying one player in a window, a player that they don't need, but because they want to calm the fans down. Like, think about that before you make examples of such clubs. Like, now they went and bought Anthony. Anthony was cheaper at the beginning of the transfer window, and the time that they went back and they were showing seriousness, Manchester United showing seriousness at buying Anthony, I said that, you know what, you waited so long for you to come and buy this player. So how do you expect us to replace this player? So therefore, we want to increase the price and thinking that that's going to push Manchester away. But they still bought the player at a price that is not justified. So think before you say such things. This is not me undermining your intelligence, but this is me to say that have context when you talk about such things. When you make examples, have context. So back to you, Kaizer Chiefs, management especially. I'm not going to say you, doctor, but management. We haven't been treated fairly as a club. We fans haven't been treated fairly. It's like you want us to be adopted by each and every coach that you give to us. It doesn't matter how they treat us or if they're experienced, they've been parents before, they've gained experience, they have raised even their nephews or nieces. Like, come and be the first-time parent. Like, does that work? Does that work that you can experiment with us? Because you've been experimenting with the club of late. Hence, you went for your Kompelas, you went for Ntsengis, you went for your Zwanes. You've been experimenting with us. You went for Solinas, whom we knew nothing about. You went for Middendorp, whom before he left, he won like, what did he win? We've been experimenting. We haven't been going with coaches. Hence why your Manchester and your Chelsea, again, they've been experiencing this drought, because after Ferguson, they went for Moyes, who had never won anything, who was coming from West Ham. I mean, from Everton, who had won nothing. After that, they went for your Van Gaal, who was like a different manager. And all these coaches, they went for Ole, who had never coached anything. And you want to compare these clubs? Like, really now? No. No. Let's have context when we talk about such things. So, back to you again. Like, now, you have an opportunity to make us fans to really understand where you're coming from. By hiring an experienced coach, not hiring inexperienced coaches and buying players who does not meet the standard or the style of play that the coach wants to implement. If you want to bake rather a muffin cake, you must have ingredients that make a muffin cake. If you want to bake scones, you must have ingredients. You can't just say, okay, let me buy ingredients, and then later on you baker, you will see yourself, but I want a muffin, or I want jam tarts, for example. It doesn't work like that. You buy the ingredients as per what you want the outcome to be, the final product to be. Then you tell us that we are impatient. Let's also take the blame as well. Take the blame. Like, I haven't heard any of you management coming back to us and say that, you know what, this is where we made a mistake. It's all about fans, and fans being impatient. Remember Bobby saying that the fans are impatient. Now you are telling us where were we in 2015 and whatnot. Like, we feel like we are a broken record because we keep on talking about the same thing. Because you come out wanting to defend yourself instead of admitting where you have went wrong, or where you management have went wrong, to account. That's what we're asking for. Account and do something better. Don't account and then come back and repeat the same thing. In that way, you are not learning, you are not being wise. A wise person is someone who learns from their mistakes, and even from the mistakes of others. That is a wise person. But in this case, you are not learning anything, keep on repeating the same mistakes. That's why we have went so many years and experiencing this trust for so many years, for so long, because you keep on making the same mistakes, and then you come out, or you come back, and then you insult us. I'm tired of talking about the management, the coaches, and all those things. Can you please do something? You have an opportunity now. Like, you have an opportunity now. Go for an expensive, experienced coach. Don't cut corners. Don't cut corners. Go for an expensive, experienced coach whom you're going to support. Not just say that now we've gotten you Peter Musiman, and then we'll see what the fans would say. No, it doesn't work like that. Give him the ingredients that you want so that he can bake the kind of cake that you want him to bake. If it's mangoba, give him the kind of ingredients that you want him to create this cake that you want. Like, don't fool us by getting us a coach and also not getting him the kind of players that he wants. You can't say work with what you have. It doesn't work with that. Yes, he's going to assess them and then come back and use what he has. And then after assessing, and then he goes and buy whatever that he needs, or whichever player that he needs. But we mustn't be insulted. I am not for the fans who are throwing objects, misses at the coaches, but also take the blame. You can't shift the blame. You can't shift the post each and every time. No, it's this one, it's this one. When are you going to account and take responsibility of your own mistakes? Guys, I've said a lot. I'm going to speak about the coach, the updates on the coach. Probably next video or next week, I'm going to talk about that. And to you, probably that those news will be stale by then, but I'm reacting to the news that I see. Bye, guys. I'm out. FC Amakhosi channel. Love you. Sanele here.